If you're looking to move abroad or become a digital nomad, these are the 5 best Southeast Asian cities to move to. These cities are going to be based on the cost of living, the quality of life, the infrastructure and modern conveniences, visa options, and community and being expat friendly. Number 1 is going to be Bangkok, Thailand, hands down the best city to relocate to. Now, if you're new here, this is where I moved to. I left New York City and moved all the way to Bangkok, Thailand, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Literally everything in my life has improved. My finances, my health, my happiness, my peace, my relationships, literally everything. Let's talk about the cost of living. First off, Thailand is actually not that cheap, especially in comparison to these other cities in Southeast Asia. Thailand is actually considerably quite expensive. But in my opinion, Bangkok in particular ranks the highest in terms of premium affordability. So it's not going to be dirt cheap, but it's going to be very accessible, comfortable affordability. For around $1,500 to $2,500 a month, you can rent a high-rise condo, eat out every single day, have a gym membership, go out on weekends, and still have a bit of money left over. You can also live comfortably for less, living in a $300 to $500 studio, eating mainly local street food, and living a very modest, simple lifestyle. So like a lot of these cities, the budget, it really depends on you. It really depends on your lifestyle, and it can be as cheap or as expensive as you want it to be. But the cost of living of Thailand is not the only selling point. It's that it's affordable while still being very modern, efficient, and highly developed. You can get high-speed 500 megabyte per second Wi-Fi at around $19 a month. You've got world-class public transport. You're surrounded by 24/7 convenience, and you've also got top-tier healthcare with world-class doctors and hospitals. Another thing is that Bangkok is also a huge cultural melting pot that literally celebrates and welcomes people from all over the world. You've got a huge diverse expat community and people who actually live here long-term, so it's easy to make friends and actually make long-time lasting relationships. And for me, this is a bonus. It's not like other cities where there's only isolated expat bubbles where you're only going to see foreigners hanging around with each other. In Bangkok, it's quite like meshed together. You'll see foreigners hanging out with locals, you'll go to the same bars, go to the same hotels. So for me, wherever I go to in Thailand, it still feels like Thailand, which is very important. Now, the last benefit is going to be the lifestyle. No matter who you are, whether you like to go partying every single night, go wild every single night, or the type of person that likes to chill, likes to work out, likes to go to parks, likes to be very active, or the type of person that really wants to integrate into the local community, into the culture, whatever type of person you are, you can find that lifestyle here. Bangkok is also a major food hub with international and local cuisine. The nightlife here is also insane, and there's something going on at any time of the day. All in all, it's quite hard to be bored here in my opinion. Now let's discuss the downsides. Now, Bangkok can be very chaotic. The traffic can be insane, and the visas can also be quite tricky. It's pretty easy and affordable to stay here for short term, but if you're looking to stay here for longer term, you're either gonna have to get an education visa or a DTV, which can be quite confusing. If you need some help with visas, check out some of the other videos I made on my channel. And there is going to be a bit of a language barrier here. While many of the younger locals do know English, you're gonna find that a lot of the older population, such as the working class, such as the taxi drivers, the restaurant staff, they might not know any English at all. And perhaps the worst downside is that there is air pollution almost all year round. Now, the pollution only gets really bad during February to April-ish, but there's virtually never going to be crisp, fresh air. And it's pretty much going to be hot all year round too. But for me, all of the 100 benefits of living in Thailand kind of outweigh the few disadvantages of living here. Number 2 on this list is going to be Bali, Indonesia, which is actually where I'm at right now. Bali is famous for its laid-back island lifestyle, stunning beaches, health and wellness retreats, and being the OG digital nomad flagship destination. First off, the cost of living is going to be around $1,500 to $3,000 a month for the typical expat lifestyle. For this amount, you can rent a villa in hotspot neighborhoods like Canggu, Samniak, or Ubud, rent a motorbike for the month, eat out every single day, enjoy health and wellness memberships, and go out on weekends. And of course, you can save a lot more by living with roommates or by living in the not so touristy areas. For me personally, I think Bali is going to be one of the best locations for those who want to be surrounded by nature and live a very off-grid, balanced, wholesome lifestyle. You can wake up from your villa, ride your motorbike to the nearest beach, then visit one of the many cafes or co-working spots and get your work done, and enjoy some incredible food that's very cheap and also very healthy. Then afterwards, go play paddle with some other nomads and maybe end the night up at one of the very many beach clubs they have here. And unsurprisingly, Bali also has one of the largest expat communities, making it quite easy to make friends. And if you're very health conscious, you'll probably get in the best shape of your life here in Bali. I've literally seen like no obese people here, and the lifestyle here is very, very active. It's like you're always kind of in the sun, you're always walking somewhere, you're always kind of being surrounded by this culture of fitness, of good food, of this kind of natural life. So that might be one of the best effects of living here. The nightlife, in my opinion, is not as good as Bangkok, but it's probably number 2 on this list. But there's definitely many options. You've got amazing beach clubs, live music, rooftop bars, and for visas, it's quite easy to stay here for up to 6 months. And if you want to stay here longer, there are other long-term options as well. Now, the downsides and criticisms of Bali, which are going to to be deserved are that it's very, very gentrified and the expats here rarely integrate with the actual locals. While Indonesia has a rich cultural heritage, most expats are just going to stick to their bubbles, they're never going to learn the language, and they rarely ever try to make an effort to integrate with the locals. And on top of this, the infrastructure and the housing hasn't developed to the pace of tourism, which raises the cost of living and also worsens the already terrible traffic that they have here. Having said all of this, if you want to be surrounded by nature and live a very relaxed and healthy lifestyle amongst people of similar backgrounds to you, then Bali is going to be a fantastic choice. Now, by the way, when traveling abroad, you should definitely use a VPN always. It protects your connection, secures your sensitive information, and allows you to access content from anywhere around the world without restrictions. That's why I recommend NordVPN, which is what I've been using for the past few years while traveling abroad. As a nomad or expat, you're constantly connecting to public Wi-Fis in cafes, airports, and hotels, which can be risky due to something called a man-in-the-middle attack. This happens when a hacker sets up a public Wi-Fi network that looks legitimate, but when you connect to it, it basically steals all of your private data, your sensitive information like your email, your passwords, your credit card data, and other sensitive information. With NordVPN, your data is fully encrypted no matter what connection you're on, so you're always safe and protected. Plus, it lets you access region-locked content, which is perfect if you need to log into services from back home or want to watch your favorite shows while traveling. For the price of just 1 cup of coffee a month, you can protect yourself with NordVPN today. And right now, you can get 4 extra months for free if you sign up for a 2-year plan using my special link down below. And the best part is that there's a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee, so you have essentially nothing to lose. So make sure to check it out, link in the description. Next up, number 3 on this list is going to be Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Now, this is the perfect place if you love big city energy, a low cost of living, amazing food and nightlife, and a really good cultural immersion. And you can live very comfortably for around $1,200 to $2,000 a month. This could include a modern 1-bedroom apartment in the city center for around $400 to $800 a month, street food starting at $1 to $3, and restaurant meals for just a bit more, and reliable Grab motorbikes for $1 to $3 a ride. And just like Bangkok, the city is also very fast-paced and high energy. Ho Chi Minh surprisingly also has a thriving expat hub community, and a lot of the people that live there are actually there long-term, so it's easier to make friends. Unlike other cities in Vietnam like Da Nang or Nha Trang, where people are typically tourists and coming and going. Some of your visa options are going to include the e-visa, which lasts 90 days and is renewable, and other long-term visas like the business visa or education visa. Now, the downsides are that it's going to be quite chaotic with lots of traffic, and crossing the road can often feel like a real-life game of Frogger. And although many parts of the city are modernized, the infrastructure is definitely not going to be as developed, and there's no official subway station yet, but as of right now, this is under construction. The pollution can also be quite bad sometimes, and there is going to be a bit of a language barrier similar to Thailand, but in most touristy kind of neighborhoods, you'll probably be fine. So overall, if you want a city that's very high energy, fast paced, that's very similar to Bangkok, but a little bit cheaper, then Ho Chi Minh City is a great choice. Now, just an hour flight away is number 4, Da Nang, Vietnam. Now, Da Nang is like the hidden gem between the chaos of Ho Chi Minh City and the tourist overload of Bali. It's a coastal city with a very relaxed vibe and beautiful beaches, and the most affordable city on this list. You can live very comfortably here, starting at just $800 a month to $1,500 a month, with a modern 1-bedroom near the beach starting at $300 to $600 a month, and the food is some of the best I've ever had there. I'm talking about the pho, the banh mi's. Literally, it was better tasting than Ho Chi Minh City in my opinion. The street food there starts at just $1 to $3, and you can rent your own motorbike for the entire month for just around $50 to $80 a month. Even though Da Nang is very affordable, it's still going to be very modern, clean, and not chaotic at all. You're going to have wide roads with less traffic, the air quality is going to be crisp, it's not gentrified like Bali or seedy like Pattaya, and you can still access modern conveniences like malls, shopping, hospitals, clinics, and international restaurants, and more. If you want to live a very simple, relaxed lifestyle near the beautiful beaches and visit neighboring attractions like Pana Hills and Hoi An. Now, some of the downsides are that there is limited nightlife, and the city does tend to shut down quite early, so there is kind of a limited amount of things to do, and the expat scene is not going to be that big, so it might be a little bit harder to make friends and make connections. And also, the weather can be quite extreme, as the summers are extremely hot and there is a prolonged rainy season as well. But overall, it is a great choice if you want to live in a cheap, affordable coastal city that's beautiful, modern, clean, and has a very relaxed lifestyle. Now, number 5, last on our list, is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. KL is one of the most developed cities on this list, while also being one of the most most underrated. If you're looking for a modern city with low cost of living, first-class infrastructure, a huge multicultural community, then KL is definitely a good option for you. An affordable, comfortable lifestyle will go for around $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Rent for a modern one-bedroom in the city center with a pool and gym can go for around $500 to $1,000 a month, and can also go lower than this if you live outside the city center. Local meals will cost between $2 to $5, and transportation like Grab is even more affordable than Bangkok, with taxi car rides for as cheap as $1 to $2 and a subway trip for 50 cents to $1.50. So you'll be getting Western-like first-class infrastructure with Southeast Asian prices. And one of the best parts is that Kuala Lumpur is very, very English friendly, so it's very easy to kind of make friends, meet people, and there is also a huge expat community there as well. The food is also amazing, and the views and the architecture is absolutely incredible, especially at night. Another bonus is that Kuala Lumpur is actually very, very business friendly and also tax friendly as well. Visas are also quite easy here, with a tourist visa lasting 90 days and other long-term visas between 5 to 10 years, and an official digital nomad visa that is up to 1 year and is also renewable. Now, some of the downsides are that it's going to be hot and humid pretty much all year round, and in my humble opinion, it can be quite boring, especially compared to Bangkok. After 2 to 3 days there, I was actually kind of running out of things to do. I was kind of bored, to be honest. But if you want to live in an affordable place with amazing infrastructure and amazing English fluency, then KL is definitely a good choice for you. Now, if you've made it to the end of this video, here are the honorable mentions. Chiang Mai, Thailand. This is the perfect place for budget travelers who want to live in a chill, slow-paced city with amazing culture, food, and a thriving expat and local community. You can live very comfortably for around $800 to $1,500 a month. However, some of the downsides are going to be that Chiang Mai suffers some of the worst air pollution in the world at certain parts of the year. And it might not be as exciting as Bangkok, as Chiang Mai is very chill and slow paced. Lastly is Manila, Philippines. You'll meet some of the most friendliest people here, and they also speak very, very good English. So it's easy to immerse yourself into the local culture and make local friends. You can live very comfortably here for less than $1,500 a month, and the visas are also quite approachable and easy. The visas are extendable up to 3 years with other long-term visas as well. There's a very vibrant nightlife and social scene here, and the food is absolutely amazing. Now, the downside is that the infrastructure is going to be the least developed on this list if you go outside of the main center areas like BGC. So that's it for this list. Let me know which city you think is the best. And if you want to become a digital nomad or potentially relocate and are interested in making remote income, then make sure to access my free training down in the description below. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video.